Hey guys, it's Viewmasters Reactions, and we're back with episode 83, Campaign 2, Mighty Nein time. Last we just did the Patreon hour, and so much happened in that Patreon hour that I wish we could have either done in a live stream or online, but I didn't know until I just saw it. One, Not dies, Not literally died from opening a chest. A trap goes off, Not is dead. I didn't even realize Not was dead because every time I feel like someone is dying or going to die, I'm overreacting to the situation because of things that could happen. And honestly, things did happen and we saved Not and brought Not back, but Not actually died. Not alive. I thought that Not's soul went into the chest and then the chest bamfed out and we just found Colossus's body and it's in a gem. And his body's got a heartbeat, so he looks healthy. So with everything going on, I'm just thinking, oh, Not somehow got trapped into a chest. The chest disappeared. Not's soul left her body, and there's just a shell. Very much like Halas. But no, she's dead. We drag her back into the devil room. We heal her. We use Revivify. Well, we don't heal her. We use Revivify and waste our diamond. The Traveler came out and did some kind of fancy thing. Was that something that happens? Because I've never seen us use something to bring someone back to life yet, like we just did. And she rolled a 15, meaning Jester, and then it ashed, the diamond like turned to black and then ashed and then looked like it left and then the Traveler came. I don't know, the whole event was very interesting. But then we move on. We go down the cells. We find dead bodies on the first floor. Well, the first floor had a golem, mage golem at the top. We go to the second floor, bodies. And the bodies had collars. So why are all these bodies dying? Are these people literally dying of old age because of the way time moves down here? Well, I mean, it wouldn't matter. Even if time is moving differently outside, why are all these people dying? Are they not being fed and treated properly is what I'm assuming. But Yusa was all right. We end up finding Yusa. That was the second big thing. Yusa's there. Yusa is a little impatient considering we just saved Yusa's life. We then move on to the next room and Yusa's like, I don't got time for this. I gotta go get a crew together to come back down in here and continue to map it out. Yusa's insane. We're not even out of the Happy Fun Ball yet and Yusa's already thinking of ways to come back and do it better. So we end up leaving Colossus's body, but taking the gem. And that is where I actually stopped. We didn't actually leave yet. We were harvesting pieces from the dragon because we had to go back through the stained glass window to get out. So Yusa left. We decided to stay, spend 1 hour harvesting, and Not was saying, I don't know if we should leave Colossus's body. Like, that might be my one way out of this body. Not understands the circumstances, but I think Not is half almost not caring and wanting to be selfish because Caleb's like, I got the books. I'll figure it out. Let's put a pin in it for now. We'll come back to that later. But Not is like, I want out now. And this might be my opportunity, but obviously that's not going to be the path we take. Let's just jump in. You guys want to see more of what I do? In the description of every video is a link for Patreon. You'll see the Patreon hour exclusive for every episode of Campaign 2. Vox Machina Season 1 and 2. Fiona and Cake just finished. The new Justified just finished. Jumping into Chucky Season 3. And at some point, Cobra Kai and Stranger Things final seasons. Hundreds of other movies and shows. Check in the description for the link for Patreon. Full unedited everything. If not, Campaign 2, Episode 83. Mighty Nein time.
I'll go over to Jester and say, I realized the last time we were in here, you were in quite a pinch.
Yes.
You almost died, and I think it's remarkable that you helped not die.
Yeah, well, she helped me out a lot too when we were in last time, so.
I'm glad you were here.
I feel like Ford is such a totally different character since the accent and everything occurred. I've said this many times, but it's like
a long way.
So different to me.
Fuck.
My
I'm ready to go back.
Me too. But I kind of don't want to go back to all of the bad stuff. I just want to, like, go back to happy stuff. This was kind of a nice escape, you know?
We did get to leave all the bullshit. I can see why someone would get
addicted to living here.
And then deal with more bullshit.
Or at least visiting often.
Yeah.
It's literally escapism.
Right.
In its greatest form. It's like playing a video game or something, but that actually is life and can get you killed or riches.
Books out and is showing them to Not and saying, this page talks about the jar and and starts sharing and translating roughly what everything is and sharing everything that's in those spells and books to try to quell her fears.
Caleb is dead set on figuring it out, and I think Caleb will. I think at some point Caleb will master a way to get knocked out
to wait
of
for this,
the
about an hour
body.
or so. You manage to harvest from the dragon corpse
All right, harvested everything. What do we get?
a number of them break and shatter and splinter from not being experienced in this, but you pull 9 blue dragon's teeth.
Yeah.
9 blue dragon teeth.
Put that in the haversack.
What is one of those babies worth?
Yeah,
I'll
just
do it. All right.
What would a
well as
dragon's tooth be worth?
4 claws.
Let me negotiate with these.
These are
Good history.
Of course.
These are of a young blue dragon.
Young blue dragon
That'll do.
claws.
I'm going to
4
start
claws, 9 teeth.
I'm going to decompose on the rest of it.
Okay. Immediately you can see the fungus begin to grow over it.
Never seen anything like that.
Shall we away?
Let's go home.
Go to the
I would think
All right.
it's got to
One by
fetch
one,
us
you
at
each place
least
your hand on
50
the
to
exit
100
sphere.
gold minimum. A
Feeling that
piece.
surge of energy, and once more
That could be
you
thousands.
emerge as a group in the center of Yusa's study, where you had entered the heirloom sphere a number of what seemed to be only a couple of days ago, but now sits a much larger period of time has passed here in Exandria. There, as soon as you arrive, you can see Wensforth kind of like, excuse me, master,
Wensforth.
and begin shouting down the stairs. You hear footsteps a moment later, and Yusa approaches now.
Yusa must be well
clean,
rested.
dressed
fed.
in these like long,
It's been a
beautiful
good day.
gold and silver robes. You have a tan elven skin
He should be quite
framing the
in
somewhat
our
warm
favor.
and delighted smile that he's trying to hide at seeing you all return.
All right, at least he's happy to see us.
Well, it is very nice to see you all once more. Thank you for everything. I've had some time to reflect that you may not have had, but I'm very thankful.
All right,
Did you call Laura
good for
yet?
you.
Would you like me
I'm
to?
happy he's saying that
Yeah.
because I was saying he was a little
My
unappreciative.
mustache was all coming off.
We shaved him. I'm seeing the mustache tonight. He saved his life,
Put it on my face. Oh.
and the dude
fine
was
now.
very
We're almost
impatient,
there.
His mustache.
very frustrated.
The whole time.
But I get it. I mean, he was in prison. I give him the benefit of the doubt. He realizes
I
the
always pick characters with facial hair.
error of his ways. Apologetic, happy to
so-
see us. Here we go.
I could reach out to her right now if you would like, and she could come. She did say that she had some curious news and wanted to speak with you on
Yeah, what was the last thing we asked
something
her?
you
We
had
did
left with
ask
her
her.
before about this Angel of Iron's business. We only spoke briefly on it. She said she still needed something of yours.
Yes, we need something to give her
Yes, she
from
does. She
Yasha.
needs something of Yasha's.
And closes his eyes, and you see his fingers trace a familiar element of the sending spell. This is the Mighty Nine have returned, and in one piece.
And in one piece.
Just a moment.
That was really short.
You,
You know you have
say
a
the whole 20.
Yeah, you know you have a lot more words you can use.
Yes.
Short and sweet. Gesture
Well,
just
it's
says
kind of a waste of
everything.
magic if you're not going to use up everything that you could
You should
do.
really say all of it.
Being concise is a very useful
Yeah,
skill.
you should use all of it. Look at Sam's face.
Jester, did you know that you could send short messages?
I know I can, but it seems wasteful.
It does. He doesn't even know if she was pooping.
Yeah.
You could ask so many other things.
You could ask her
So
if
many
she's
other
pooping.
things.
Why aren't you asking
I'll keep that in mind.
Alora if she's pooping?
At which point you hear new footsteps arrive as Allura has apparently teleported to the tower.
All right, Alora's here.
You can see her in very, very nice dresses. It's beautiful with jewelry around. Her graying hair pulled back into the same braid, but you can see jewels put through it. She was terribly sorry. We were attending sort of a formal event, but this has been gnawing at the back of my mind since you left. Come, Yusa, help me clear the floor a bit. And they both kind of, in moving tables and stuff out of the way, Wensforth kind of goes, all right, I'll go lay down. have a nap. Leaves the chamber.
Yeah, go, henceforth. We're
Alorist.
done with you for now.
So as they're moving stuff out of the way, goes, so glad you survived. Really remarkable work. If I could have that hand mirror
We
back,
succeeded in everything. We not only found Yusa,
Are you sure you
none
don't
of us
want
died.
to
Well,
let
one
me
of us
keep
died,
it?
but we got them back.
I snatch it.
Thank you very much.
We found Halas. We dismantled a ton of rooms.
Very, very much more than meets the eye with these folks. You've made some good friends, Yusa. I've encountered a few of similar traits in the past.
I countered a few similar traits
So-
in the past.
I know you've mentioned this Angel of Iron scenario, right? Done a bit of research into it. And she moves one of the tables over there with you, sir.
I think we're about
appears that
almost
word has
halfway
gotten
already.
around in some circles. They're dealing in the chosen of betrayers. That is a worry for us all, to be honest. I'd like to perform a ritual that peers past the veils. It would require all of us to partake in it if you're comfortable. Gives us a better chance of success. Perhaps we can shed some light on this plight of yours, and hopefully not, but perhaps the plight of many. Gather some things for me. And you says, I know exactly what you mean. Get that teal orb there, and they start pointing out different things. I need you to
All right,
gather.
we're
There's a
gonna
teal
start
crystal
doing
orb on the
some
southern wall's
craziness.
fourth shelf. There's silver cording wound around a hook along the western wall. There is incense being kept in a brass pot on the floor by the desk, and they require a personal effect of the person that they're attempting to peer through.
I'll
Alright.
go get the orb.
Personal
With the
effect.
With the wiring
Who
right
has the
around it.
personal effect?
I'll get the
Who are
incense.
we trying to peer at?
Yasha.
Yasha.
Oh.
We need
Okay,
the
we
personal
gotta find
effect of
who has
Yasha.
something of Yasha's.
That was the whole point of her coming, Mr. Sam Riegel.
Shit.
We
You
gotta
wanna
have
have one of
something,
them
right? In
flowers?
the haversack or something?
Didn't
Ooh,
she
there you
give-
go. Flowers in the book.
I gave her. No, she gave me a. Shit.
We got nothing in the haversack
I'm
of
looking.
her? I just assumed we had something of Yasha's. Something
Flower
she...
crown.
Nope, that was from.
This veil you're attempting to peer
That's
through, will
you?
they be able
No,
to
no,
peer
this is
back?
Really?
I certainly hope not. This is more of an information gathering than an
Rainey
actual
gave us
attempt
the
at
flower crown.
scrying or peering at the other side.
All right.
It's an involved, more of a custom element of like a legend lore type spell.
Oh,
I
dear.
cannot
I
guarantee
literally
it will
had my
work,
water
but
in the other room, and I'm like, should I get it? And then of
Does
all
it have to be
times,
one of her effects or something that she likes?
we can
I just have
certainly
like a
try
tickle in my
something.
throat, and I
Whatever
could
you
feel
have.
that
I have a
across this
fabric swatch that I found.
No, that was.
Do we have any of her weapons?
Wasn't hers.
Or did anyone give her a weapon that she gave back?
That's what I'm
Did we
thinking.
pick up
Like,
those braces she had made?
my thing was somebody
I
had a
had
weapon.
this drawing that I had done of Yasha a long time ago that she liked. She was holding it. She looked at it. I don't know if that meant.
Give it a shot.
Did she hold it? I guess she
They have a
did.
habit of carrying each other's shit around.
Yeah, but sometimes when we get new stuff,
I was also thinking,
Yeah, I
did
would have
did
thought we,
moved
like
it
when we
to
gave
grab
her the
anything
new
from the house
sword or
before we
something.
left,
I don't
did
know.
yeah, like when she got,
Well, no,
did she
'cause it
get
hadn't
a
been-
new sword? Did she get a new?
That's what I'm saying.
has
She
both
got the
carries
new
both.
sword.
She carries her old sword with her.
Yeah, Magician's Judge and the big ass
Oh.
bone cleaver thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that was my question. I thought one of the old swords would be in the haversack.
Kind of
She
leave.
wasn't in the habit of carrying a lot of.
Yeah, and she
tiny
didn't
things.
do a whole lot, buy a whole lot.
She may have some
Stuff back
effects
home.
in the Joe house, yeah. In the
She
mural
doesn't
itself.
live
Let's
in
try the drawing.
lot.
That's all we have.
Unless we want to, yeah, hopping to the house and hopping back would be complicated.
Yeah.
I mean, try it. We're all here
And
already.
there's
Try
nothing
it.
in the room. She didn't leave anything in it. I've gone in the room a lot.
I'm trying to think. Is there anything
one more
we're
time.
not
Well, look, I hope it's
thinking of?
enough. If at least you keep an image of her in your mind as part of this ritual, that might aid its chance. And you know, there's drawing this large circle. It looks
I mean,
like a
if
circle,
Yasha
but
did
then it sometimes
actually
looks like an
hold it,
oval and different elements
then
connect.
at least
and
it has
there are
the
points which begins to
essence
point out
of
for each of you
her.
to sit, but it's not like
Because I feel like the
continuous
point
circle.
of
It's kind
the
of odd in its
object
shape.
of the person is to have their
Because you
essence
sit
on
here,
it,
and then
like
you
they touched it.
Here,
So if she
hold
touched
hands at this
this,
juncture, and you can see they're all holding hands, but sometimes it's like cross, and the connection is it's a strange mingle.
a strange mingle.
She takes, she asks Yusa to go ahead and light the incense. He goes ahead and takes the crystal and places it in the center of the ritual. Now think to your friend. Think to this entity, this angel of irons. Will it to reveal itself through your connection to your friend, and let it show us itself without obfuscation. All right?
All right, here we go.
She waves her hand
I
in
like
the
how
chamber window.
Caduceus, Laura, and
shuts closed,
Liam
cutting
were
off the
all
sunlight. Yusa snaps
closing
his
their eyes
fingers,
and
and a lot of the
focusing
candles kind
at the
of
same time.
open up around the chamber.
I mean, I can't too, but it's fun to see someone else do it.
I think you did that the first time we met.
I know. It goes to show, like, I'm super powerful.
As you all take hands and begin to focus, concentrating, Laura begins to recite this incantation. The incantation moves from an old draconic to elements of common, to old draconic to elements of common, speaking of looking beyond the veil of what exists and instead call the memory and knowledge of the worlds beyond, current, past. Let it all come and reveal what may stand before the future. Let all shadows be cast aside. Let all wisdom pierce the veil and reveal the true nature of what it is we seek. As you all begin to focus and concentrate, you can see smoke begins to swirl around you and gather. It's kind of like low, dark fog that kind of settles around your
What
knees.
if she's
and then
doing
begins
something
to
else
take
and it's
over
like
your
a
torso.
total
You can almost barely see your hands
sabotage
beneath the surface of it brimming. But a little bit of light from the peaking element of the windows and the crackling candlelight begins to darken and subside. In this darkness, you can see tendrils of similar type dark smoke swirling between
It's
the linked
reminding
arms.
me of Vox Machina when
as shapes
the
begin to
Chroma
gather
Conclave
from them into chains.
came into the
Chains that
meeting area at
pull
the end
and bind between you
of the show.
in odd ways. Many chains. Loose then taut. Loose then pulled taut again. The chains all begin to gather again in a center circle as Allura begins to chant louder and louder. Wind begins to pick up sourcelessly, blowing each
Everyone
of your
is
hair
very-
into a bit of a mist of a tangle.
Just like, I'm surprised people
All
aren't
the
like
chains
shitting
gather
their
in a
pantaloons.
circle, binding to something. You see a shape, female in form, in the center of you all,
Yasha.
rising from the smoke. You see it take the form of Yasha,
All right, it worked, or at least it seems
held
like it
in
might
these
have.
chains that wrap between you. As they continue to rise above her, a cloud of sparks bruise above her head, while the chains
Stormlord.
gather, formless and writhing. Allura stops her chanting and looks up to it, her eyes squinting against the intensity of this wind wrapping around her. Something divine watches over her, but it is held at bay by this angel. That's bound to happen.
It's stuck on
Oh,
your
his
finger.
stash fell off? Is that what happened?
There you go.
I got it.
I was like, what happened? Oh, yeah, I was gonna say you can't have one. Well, you can, but it looks a little odder. Looks like a little odder.
What could possibly? Concentrate harder. Show us. Reveal the form of her captor. You all begin to tighten your grip and focus even stronger on her. The writhing cluster of chains begin to separate. And in that space where she was, her form vanishes, and left behind it is a black, lightless void. The chains that were tangled once begin to fall into place. 7 points, 7 segments around the pit of darkness, endless, yet living. It's strange to look in the blackness of night and feel the emptiness, but this, you look into this emptiness and you feel something immense, something old, something mad. A deep, guttural shout quakes the room. The ritual shattered, the windows break on the tower, light filters in, the candles are out, and all of you feel your arms thrust apart, breaking the connection.
Do we know what that was? Does Alora know?
This thing he chases a ruse. She looks to Yusa. Yusa goes, there is no angel of irons. It is a guise for the chained oblivion. For there is Dune,
Tharizdun?
the terrible mad god of endless hunger and destruction. It masquerades its efforts for freedom by this angel's name. He looks to Alora, and Alora looks to all of you. This is a terrible portent.
What was it? The chained obsidian? What was it?
I must inform the council. And that's where we're going to go ahead and leave off the episode. Pick up there
Oh my
next
God.
week.
I feel like there's so much time left. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was inaccurate with the time. Actually, no, I guess I said around 20 minutes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I've seen the imagery in the book about
Yep.
the Chained Oblivion.
Chained Oblivion.
Really
Okay, it was
sucks.
Chained Oblivion.
Meriwether in the hearth?
This guy has been whispered since the
Not
start
the
of this
Angel of Irons.
campaign.
It is the Chained Oblivion.
Just looking into the darkness of the void shattered the ritual.
It may be, or it could have been timing. You don't know.
Or someone burped.
Or someone broke.
That was you.
Broke the chain.
Boy.
Regardless, we'll pick up from there next week.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
carrying
Oh my
around-
goodness.
Halas and a
Yeah, we'll
gem?
give it to Alora.
I live in this tower.
Great job, Matt.
Wow.
Fantastic
Guys.
episode.
Happy fun ball.
Happy Fun Ball.
Very
4
cool
sessions in
episode.
the Happy Fun Ball. Jeez.
I like that one a lot. 83.
Could have done more.
Dark bargain.
Yeah, all this
Kind of want to
Gotta
see the carving farm. Kind of want to see the cave.
Blending in there. You never saw
I was in the bedroom.
Crystal cave.
Yeah.
I feel like this
We
episode might be
found
like
another room.
so much
We
happened.
went off the map.
We went up
You
the
did?
This might be in my like
added
top
the
10.
map.
There
this
were a
episode.
number of
This episode's
off
up
map
there.
rooms
It's
in there
definitely
that
on
were
the higher end of the scale.
a little sad, but also I think 4 sessions is enough in there. Worked out great.
Level 15, we'll
Sure.
come back or something.
All right, we'll pick up
Retirement.
next week.
Yeah, high doom.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
The one on the other side looks a little
Joining
lower.
us.
I like it.
Don't forget, we love you very much. And is it Thursday yet? Good night.
Good night, Matt. All right, everyone. That's it for Mighty Nine Time, episode 83. We get to have our, what would you call that? A seance, a ritual, whatever we're doing, scrying to the maximum effort of all of our group. Alora comes in. Where was she at? What was this event? Is that going to be relevant? The first thing I thought is, where was she? I mean, it could just be Alora. Obviously, Alora's not against us, or at least I would really hope not. She was with us in Vox Machina. She even made a comment and a reference about it because we are quite similar to the heroicness of the Vox Machina crew as well. But Alora comes in, Yusa, much more friendly. I was saying in the beginning and at the end of the Patreon hour how Yusa was not very happy to see us. He could have thanked us. He could have been a little more understanding of us being curious of certain things. But in this, he's like, all right, once I got some rest and some food in me, you guys saved my life. I was very unappreciative of you. Thanks for everything. And I understand why he didn't say it immediately, and he realizes that himself. So Yusa and Alora and all of us join hands. Is it possible that the drawing wasn't enough power? Or is it that this entity is that powerful that it could break the connection we had just by growling in this void? It said 7 chains. It isn't the Angel of Irons. It is the chained obsidian, right? Was that what it was? I think it was the chained oblivion. I said obsidian. Oblivion. Isn't obsidian black? And it said black darkness. I think it's oblivion. Now I'm confused. But either way, we'll find out in the next one. I'm wondering if we got something more connected to Yasha, if we'd have a better shot at that. But I guess we know enough now, perhaps, maybe. We got to go track down the Laughing Hand, Oban, and Yasha, figure this all out, because clearly she's not being able to control this, or something is guiding her like a crazy person. But at least now we're in the good graces of Yusa, Alora, and we're still with them right now. I had visions of Vox Machina with Alora even with us. The Chroma Conclave, that whole thing where the person got possessed and it was one of the dragons and everything. That is literally what I was feeling there. I'm like, oh my God, is something crazy going to happen again? And it kind of does. but I kind of expected that kind of crazy. So we are going to start episode 84 in the live stream on Friday. I did already look, and it is about 2 hours, give or take. I feel like it was like about an hour and 40 minutes, just like the one we did this week. And the title is Titles and Tattoos. And I swear, when I looked at it, I literally thought it said titties and tattoos. And with tattoos being the second word, it made sense. Titties and tattoos, but it's not. It's titles and tattoos. That is where we will start episode 84. You guys want to see more of what I do? In the description of every video is a link for Patreon. You'll see every episode, Patreon Hour exclusive, Vox Machina Season 1 and 2, Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, Fiona and Cake just ended, along with the new season of Justified. We're starting Chucky Season 3. And at some point soon, hopefully, Cobra Kai and Stranger Things final seasons will be dropping. Check it out. Hundreds of other movies and shows, full unedited. In the description is a link for Patreon. If not, comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.